Hey guys, it's Homo Manning. Doing a mock draft here. I did one earlier, but then the Lions-Rams trade happened, and it completely screwed up this whole draft. Also, this is going to be a little quick one. I'll give like 15 seconds explanation for each one. Anyways, let's get started. With the first pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, I have the Jacksonville Jaguars selecting Trevor Lawrence, quarterback Clemson. They need a quarterback. I don't think Minshew's that bad. In fact, I think he's the greatest quarterback of all time, and he's going to go to a team and win 10 Super Bowls. With the second pick, I have the New York Jets selecting Zach Wilson, quarterback BYU. Now, the Jets, thanks to my Seattle Seahawks, have draft picks. I say they go quarterback here because Zach Wilson is a good quarterback. He had a good year. Um, his team wasn't an opt-out team, so who knows? They didn't get to play the best competition, and a lot of players opted out. So that's the thing with this draft class is a lot of them didn't get to go against the best competition because a lot of teams and players opted out. With the third pick, I have the Miami Dolphins selecting Devonta Smith, wide receiver, Alabama. Don't think he's the best receiver in the class, but he has that Tua connection, and I think he really does fit their system well. Tua slash Fitzpatrick, if they decide to re-sign him, um, he's going to be an instant starter right away. Probably instant their best receiver right away. I know what's his name had a down year due to injuries, Devontae Parker, but I think Devontae Smith, great receiver, not the best in this class though. Won the Heisman. Miami Dolphins take him. With the fourth pick, I have the Atlanta Falcons selecting Justin Fields, quarterback, Ohio State. Falcons need a quarterback whether they keep Ryan or not. I think if they keep Ryan, having Fields learn behind him or learn under him for a year is good. It'll be like a Favre Rodgers thing, but shorter rather than wait 5 years. And I think unlike Dwayne Haskins, this guy can actually ball, and he doesn't rely on the talent around him as much as Haskins did. With the fifth pick, I know this is a shocker here. I have the Cincinnati Bengals selecting Rashawn Slater, offensive tackle, Northwestern. Got to protect Burrow. Burrow might not be able to start week one. That's how severe it was. You got to start somewhere. And this is a team that 2 years ago drafted Jonah Williams. Hopefully they'll get him back. This guy could start at left tackle or right tackle. Jonah Williams could start anywhere as well. So I think this is the right pick. Cincinnati Bengals. I could see him trading back, but I have him selecting the Rashawn Slater. With the sixth pick, I have the Philadelphia Eagles selecting Jamar Chase, wide receiver, LSU. The Eagles passed on DK Metcalf. They passed on Justin Jefferson. You cannot pass on this guy if he's still there. He is the best receiver in this class, and that's over Smith, Devonta Smith, who won the Heisman. He is the best receiver in this class. He put up better numbers at LSU than Jefferson, and I know a thing about receivers. I said DK would be the best receiver in his class, and I said Jefferson would be the best receiver in his class. So far, it's looking good. Although McLaurin and A.J. Brown and Metcalf are sort of fighting for best receiver in the 2019 class, I think this is a lock. Jamar Chase, best receiver in 2020 class. Also, I could see Chase going third. Anyways, with the seventh pick, I have the Detroit Lions selecting Micah Parsons, linebacker, Penn State. Lions, I think they rebuild their defense now with the draft picks they have. Um, and yeah, I think this is a good pick. I think Micah Parsons is a top 10 pick, and I think Lions take him. With the eighth pick, I have the Carolina Panthers selecting Penei Sewell, offensive tackle, Oregon. Got to protect Bridgewater or whatever quarterback, maybe Watson, they have. Got to protect Christian McCaffrey as well, even though Mike Davis did have a good year. Receivers really, DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson, surprisingly, both had a top five receiving duo year. Um, and I think this is a good pick. I know a lot of people look at him as the best left tackle, which is good, but um, Rashawn Slater shut out Chase Young. That's why I have him over Penei Sewell. And usually the number one graded left tackle doesn't always go first. Look at last year, for instance. Tristan Wirfs didn't go first. With the ninth pick, I have the Denver Broncos selecting Caleb Farley, my bad, cornerback, Virginia Tech. Denver needs corner help. They suffered from COVID and injuries all throughout their defense. I think of Von Miller, AJ Boye, and more. They need defensive help. They need a quarterback. I think they're going quarterback either via trade or free agency, and their offense is really good. They just lacked QB, and I think they go defensive back here. With the 10th pick, I have the Dallas Cowboys selecting Patrick Surtain, cornerback, Alabama. I think he's going to reunite with Trayvon Diggs, and I think they're going to rebuild their secondary after they lost, I can't think of his name, to Miami, the Combine stud. For some reason, I cannot. Byron Jones, yeah. They're going to rebuild their defense, even though it's not that bad. I think Dan Quinn was an excellent hire at defensive coordinator. As a Seahawks fan, I could tell you that. And I think this is a good pick. And I think Dallas's defense will return to form with this pick and with a good defensive coordinator. With the 11th pick, I have the first trade. I have the Minnesota Vikings trading up with the Giants 3 spots and taking a quarterback. And I think he's going to be like Justin Fields. He'll sit 1 year behind Kirk Cousins or possibly more. And I have him selecting Trey Lance, quarterback, North Dakota State. And I know North Dakota State also had Carson Wentz, and I find him very similar in terms of arm strength with Wentz. So I feel like he could learn a thing or two behind Kirk Cousins, and I think this is a safe pick for Minnesota. With the 12th pick, I have the San Francisco 49ers selecting Jaylen Waddle, wide receiver, Alabama. I could see him going, defensive back here or something, but I think pairing him with the receiver from Arizona State, I can't think of his name, and the receiver who got hurt. I'm terrible at thinking of names on the spot, but San Francisco, they don't have an elite receiver, but they have so much good prospect receivers. I just can't think of their name. And obviously, you pair him with George Kittle, Garoppolo will have targets all day, and Jaylen Waddle is so underrated that it's funny. With the 13th pick, this might be my first reach. I have the Los Angeles Chargers selecting Wyatt Davis, offensive guard, Ohio State. Got to protect Herbert. The Chargers had one of the worst O-lines. I think this is a good pick and a good value pick because I think Wyatt Davis is extremely underrated. Look at the amount of sacks he let up. With the 14th pick, I have the New York Giants selecting Gregory, Rousseau, edge, Miami. And this is the Vikings pick, and sorry that picture is blurry, but I think Dave Gettleman goes pass rusher here, and I think this is a good pick. With the 15th pick, I have the New England Patriots selecting Kyle Pitts, tight end, Florida. New England could go receiver, they could go tight end, but I think this is a good value pick. He's very similar to Gronkowski. He can block and he has the height. So I think you gotta rebuild your weapons somehow. You have the worst receiving core in the NFL, maybe second worst. It's one of those. It's either first or second. I can't really wrap my head around that. Anyways, New England Patriots, I have them selecting Kyle Pitts. With the 16th pick, I have the Arizona Cardinals selecting Jaylen Phillips, edge, Clemson. Arizona's never been bad at rushing the quarterback. I mean, I just think you pair him with Chandler Jones and with Hassan Reddick, I think you have a deadly blitz game. And they're going to lose Patrick Peterson, but they have good corners besides him, and Peterson's getting old. I think this is a safe and good pick for Arizona. With the 17th pick, I have the steal of the draft. You heard that here first. I have the Las Vegas Raiders selecting Areez Ojulari, edge, Georgia. I watched this guy in the Peach Bowl. This guy is an amazing talent. And the Raiders love to reach. I mean, they took the Ohio State corner last year. Can't think of his name. And then they took Cleveland Farrell. And both those picks were arguably very high. But with this guy, I'm telling you, whatever team's going to... Defensive Rookie of the Year, early prediction. Areez Ojulari wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. With the 18th pick, I have the Miami Dolphins selecting Christian Darrisaw, offensive tackle, Virginia Tech. They're known for just taking raw talent. They did it last year with, what's his name? The other tackle. Can't think of his name for some reason. They just like Austin Jackson from USC. I think that's what they do here, protect Tua. They have 2 first-round picks. They'll have a receiver and a tight end, and their defense did very well last year. I think this is a safe pick. With the 19th pick, I have another steal here. I have the Washington football team selecting Rashad Bateman, wide receiver, Minnesota. Reminds me extremely of Michael Thomas. He's 6'2", not 6'3", like Michael Thomas, and he's a little more open in the routes he runs, but I think he gets good separation, and he's just like, he's a faster Michael Thomas. everything from the line of scrimmage that he does is so similar to Michael Thomas. It's unreal. Anyways, I have the football team selecting Rashad Bateman. With the 20th pick, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers trading up 12 spots because they're in win now mode because Brady's going to play another year, right? So why not be in win now mode? Go up, trade up 12 spots, and I have them selecting Chase Horn. Now, I know they stepped up in the playoffs, but I don't think it'll work unless you get good free agents or draft good. Um, what's his name that they drafted in the second round 2 years ago? Uh, with the long name, I can't think. My bad. I'm sort of like cooked out right now. But I have him selecting J.C. Horn, cornerback, South Carolina. I think he has a chance to improve their passing defense. Hargraves, there you go. Hargraves, and I think he pairs up good with Hargraves. And Antoine Winfield, arguably Defensive Rookie of the Year, should have got it. Him and Jeremy Chin. With the 21st pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, I have the Indianapolis Colts selecting Samuel Cosmi, offensive tackle, Texas. Simple reasoning here is that left tackle retired for Indy, and they're thinking of putting Quentin Nelson at left tackle, and for some reason, my bad, I can't remember the Colts left tackle name. What was its name again? I can't think of it right now. The blonde guy. Anyways, and I think they're gonna get either Wentz or any other quarterback in free agency, and you're gonna have to protect him because that defense still did good. I think they were like what, the number one defense in the NFL? No, I'm sorry, number two defense. Rams were number one. Anyways, Colts, I have them selecting a safe pick here at offensive tackle. With the 22nd pick, I have the Tennessee Titans selecting Kwity Paye, edge, Michigan. Their defense was a terror. They were historically terrible heading into the playoffs. Jadeveon Clowney got hurt, and I think Jadeveon Clowney is an overhated player. He's the living definition of stats don't matter because he puts defense or offensive coordinators minds in a hell because they got to double team him, and he completely wrecks game plans. And I think you pair him with Kwity Paye, my bad, with Jadeveon Clowney. I think it's a good match. That's if they re-sign Clowney though. With the 23rd pick, I have the New York Jets selecting Joe Tryon, edge, Washington. See, we have an opt out here. I really didn't know where they would go here. They have picks for days, so I just had them selecting an edge here. Improve your edge game, I guess. With the 24th pick, I know a lot of people aren't going to like this already. I have the Pittsburgh Steelers selecting Najee Harris, running back, Alabama. I don't think they hold on to Connor, and they like their big backs, their big patient backs. This guy's not as patient as you might think, but he's a playmaker. I mean, I swear, I'm not just saying this because of the Fiesta Bowl. But this guy is an extreme athletic beast, and I think he fits Pittsburgh well. With the 25th pick, I have the Jacksonville Jaguars selecting Alex Leatherwood, offensive tackle, Alabama. Got to protect Trevor Lawrence. Even though they did take Jawan Taylor a few years back, I think they got to protect him. With the 26th pick, I have the Cleveland Browns selecting Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. I pronounced that wrong, sorry. I suck at pronouncing long names. Linebacker, Notre Dame. Reason I have him slipping here is because he's a little bit undersized, so in the Browns, they need linebackers, and he's still going to be there. And a lot of scouts think he's only in the third round, but a lot of mock drafts think he's like um, the best linebacker. So I think 26 is a safe pick for him, and Cleveland, one of the teams who need linebacker help. Oop. With the 27th pick, I have the Baltimore Ravens selecting Trevon Moehrig, safety, TCU. Him and Jeff Gladney were a great duo in 2019, my bad, 2019. They were an opt-out in 2020. And I think you pair him with Marlon Humphreys and Marcus Peters. I think that's a great secondary right there. They could go edge here because they weren't the best team at blitzing the quarterback. But I think this could be like a Legion of Boom. I'm just going to say that right here. They lost Earl Thomas. I think this is a safe pick as well, and he's the best safety in the class. With the 28th pick, I have the New Orleans Saints selecting Mac Jones, quarterback, Alabama. Patriots like him, I've heard, but I think with Drew Brees' retirement and The fact that this guy thrives in being in great systems and talent around him. Name a team that needs a quarterback with a lot of talent around him. I think Denver and I think New Orleans. And I think this is a good pick. It's not like he's a total bust like everyone's saying, but I think if you put him with great talent, something he's used to, he can thrive. Not to mention, whatchamacallit, is an offensive guru like Andy Reid, Sean Payton. With the 29th pick, I have the Green Bay Packers selecting Chris Olave, wide receiver, Ohio State. Packers need help. You could tell Aaron Rodgers was mad with how bad the Packers drafted. They drafted future-wise rather than win-now mode, and might as well pair him with Devonta Adams because Aaron Rodgers needs some receiver help. With the 30th pick, I have the Buffalo Bills selecting Travis Etienne, running back Clemson. Buffalo had one game all year last year, which was Devin Singletary against the Broncos, where a running back rushed for 100 yards. Might as well take a running back here because he's still going to be there, probably. And I think he's a great screen back. I think he's an all-around good back, maybe questionable in pass blocking, but I think Bills' line's good enough. So I think this guy is a playmaker, and I think Bills take him. With the 31st pick, I have the Kansas City Chiefs selecting Zaven Collins, linebacker Tulsa. They could go anywhere here. They could go receiver. They could go offensive lineman, which I might want to switch this to O-lineman, but I'll keep it the same. I think this guy is a complete ball hawk, turnover machine. Yeah, I think this is a safe pick here. This is a team that's had Derek Thomas, Justin Houston, just all these good linebackers, but as of recent, they haven't. So I think Kansas City takes Zaven Collins because he's still here, and they rebuild their linebacker core. With the 32nd pick, I have the Chicago Bears selecting Kyle Trask, quarterback Florida. They need QB help, and I don't think they get one in free agency unless they get Wentz. And I think this guy, although he's definitely not an athlete, he's a pocket QB. I think with that defense, they'll have a chance, and he'll have a chance to maybe show some upside, but who knows? This might be a risky pick, but I have the Bears selecting Kyle Trask with the 32nd pick. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Feel free to dislike if you disagree very much. And yeah.